urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Gators will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So Florida State's return team didn't help. There. The Sunshine State is so rich in talent. The players have known each other in many cases for a long time, and that brings the intensity to a fever pitch.
And they do not like each other, Reese. 3 of the 4 years that I was a part of this rivalry game, there were bench-clearing brawls.
Oh, look out! He's at the 40. At the 20. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They're getting this guy lathered up. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Let's it fly. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. The official says no good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. 1st down here for the offense.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that if they're going to win this one.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. Back to throw, it's Saunders. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes the grab down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They'll throw it on 1st down. Coming after it. Looking for a huge play. He's got it down the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Feeling some heat. They get enough rush, and And it pays off. The sack at the 20.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more.
And more yards after contact. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, you think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's, Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game, Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinators seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
Got it in the middle, it's Coates. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes...
That's a right ball. Oh, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. The first down for the offense. To the air, it's Saunders. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Last time these two got together, Florida got to rub a little salt in the wound as they blew out the Noles.
Well, that was a statement win by the Gators, and I think that win really helped push a bunch of high school prospects that might have been considering both the Seminoles and Gators to Gainesville. That game had a huge impact this offseason for the Gators.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll give it to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sideline, it's Coates. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Makes his connection. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down. Get the touchdown, get the first down, or just get down. And the quarterback does.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Right down the middle. He makes the catch. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking for a man, it's Saunders. He rifles one deep to the left. Touchdown, Florida! A great catch and run for 6.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up.
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight, they wanted to force-feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the running game and be the more physical team in the trenches. You turn around and give this guy the ball, good things generally happen, and we've seen that over the course of this game.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. The Seminoles are on the move. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. A lot of urgency for this offense.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the 1st down here. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. It's caught. And he's dragged down. This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. It's good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here. And
if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Finds the tight end. At the 45 on his way. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down up to 42.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Running back searching for a hole.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Line of scrimmage is the 2, and they can pick up the first down here, but going for the touchdown here on 4th and short. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Here's the handoff. Runs through the tackle. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And the Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He gets a block. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. the ball back, and here comes the offense. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Paul.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Cherry. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pocket starts to collapse. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Moving toward the end zone, and the ball is free. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, gentlemen, seldom do the rational turn irrational the way they do when these two teams and fan bases get together in the Sunshine Showdown. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker, and then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Florida State and Florida plays out.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time.
All kinds of running room. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Using his legs, it's McNabb. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down. And the Gators have taken it inside the 20. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Pulls it in. It's Peters. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. The Gators are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback. Stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long cut. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner can find no daylight. He goes down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Offense in an empty set. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Coates. The Noles racing to the line in a hurry up.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll try to bully their way for the first. This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that third down. The Seminoles will punt this one away. Makes a move. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Looking left. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Looking downfield, it's Saunders. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Got his man in the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play. He's looking to throw it. Got his man on the right. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. And the Gators are in the red zone. The give to the back. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back.
Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued. And the Gators have chomped down, and they put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tom.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught behind the line. It's Coates. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up, and he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goal post, he gets the punt away. Pretty nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Snagged in the middle. It's McNabb. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Gators headed quickly to the line. Touchdown, Gators! And the pummeling has started.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Florida, 35. Florida State.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. On first down, here comes this offense. Right back to the well. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the third period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Florida!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Florida State, 3.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He smashes his way through again. And he is brought down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He makes the connection. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. That last completion sets him up on second down. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. They're bringing heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Makes the catch at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different...
It's complete. A huge pickup. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Saunders. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
That is a great example of the D-line playing with tremendous awareness. That player knew he was not going to get to the quarterback, wasn't going to sack him. So he slowed himself down, got under control, located the quarterback, and then got his big paws in the air to knock it away.
He's looking to throw on third and short. He's got him this time. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with the lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. He's looking to throw. He makes the grab. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The Gators have pushed it inside the 20. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. Touchdown, Gators! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He's right on target.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He's back to throw on second down. Finds his tight end. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hill. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Caught in the backfield, it's Cherry. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
He'll take a deep shot here. Reels it in down the left side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Shoots it to the left. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Picks up the first down, still moving. Touchdown, Florida! And the route is on. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Florida, 56. Florida State.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Got some of the work done on first down. Let's see what they have on second down. Fires and picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Quickly to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Gators are in the hurry up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. It's complete. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Saunders. Fires to the right. He's got it. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And you're seeing the best version of this guy this week, right? We know he threw 2 picks a week ago. We talked to him. He said it was a game he wanted to put behind him and just get refocused. You are seeing when he brings his A game to the park, he helps this offense be completely dynamic.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Gators! And the stomping has commenced.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice.
Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Got some room to run. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. To the air on first down. And they got him for the sack. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On second down, they'll take to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's going to go down as time has run out. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one